Okay, I'm not even gonna bring a video up, but we're gonna talk about climate. This is a climate video. Okay, guys. So, people who know me best know I got into this whole thing because, well, there's a lot of reasons I got into it, but climate was part of it, right? What's causing all the forest fires, right? Smokey says you must stop forest fires, right? He doesn't say you're responsible. He says you must stop wildfires, right? But like the thing is uh the they're doing the chemtrail. Everyone's real nervous about it, right? So hear me out. Hypothetically, what if they're doing it like this? What if they think the problems of climate dryness are coming from sunspots because they're retarded, and they actually only learned they didn't go to college for atmosphere or any of these things. They just went to college on how to make a computer do everything, right? And they got really good at it. Now the computer does everything they want, even if what they want is retarded. Even if what they want is based on no expertise whatsoever. Thomas Sowell, Vulgar Pride of the Intellectual, perfectly describes how this phenomenon occurs. Okay? Sociologically, if you need a second point. But just take my word for it. That's probably what's happening. Okay? Um, so maybe they think they're actually helping, right? They're desperate. They're like, if only humanity knew what we were holding back. Sunspots, keep the world from getting drier. Okay, well, that neglects the fact that water exists in there's a set amount of water on Earth and it exists in a cycle of evaporation, percolation. Evaporate, right? Steam up, turn into a cloud, rain, go on the ground, cause springs to happen. It's a loop, right? Basic, observable with your eye information. Okay, well, if you take that same water and you put it in stasis, right? So imagine water in a bottle. Okay, that's not going anywhere. Now imagine every truck full of Pepsi bottles and water bottles in all of America right now driving around. Now imagine every truck in the world, and that's just the fucking trucks, right? That's not the storage facilities. That's not the bottling facilities. That's not the fact that a lot of the water being moved around these days is being moved around in pipes instead of aqueducts. You know, when we're talking overland, like in city pipes is fine, but overland it needs to be aqueducts. Otherwise, you're going to remove that water from the cycle of evaporation from percolation, right? No evaporation, no rain, and everything gets drier. Okay, that is 100% what is causing our problems. All right, I could fix 90% of the problems on Earth. I could fix right now, right? Stop the bottling of water. One. Okay, that's like 5 phone calls in reality, given how large these global kilometers are. Stop all water bottling. Empty all stores. Right? Just on the consumer level. Okay, what about these nations over here? Well, we're trying to fix. We're trying to actually make a real fix here, but they're going to deal with it because the fact they've already desolated their environment with their shitty cultural practices doesn't mean we should necessarily allow them to do with this environment, right? You're going to have to deal with the consequences of your actions. We're going to deal with the consequences of our actions by mainly not doing what you're doing and doing full stop, maybe even fixing the problem. But like, we're not going to be able to do that with you guys eating everything up over nothing, right? Okay. So if those actions were taken, seasoned water bottling, da da da. Oh, we have all these guys in the cities tearing up fucking edible food to plant thorny shit so people have to sleep in boxes. Why don't we take them out of the fucking city and have them start building aqueducts? There, they still have a job. We can keep the economy going, right? The illusion doesn't have to shatter completely, but they can just be doing something useful, right? And we just move these pipes on aqueducts, these big ass water pipes, right? Uh, and then we can limp along for another 4 or 5 years as an economy and keep a basically real reality going. You know what I mean? Well, no descent into barbarism. Money and labor still has value. You know what I mean? Uh, well, shit. If we did that, then you could just take these chemtrail planes and put water in those fucking planes and food seeds for whatever climate you're flying over. Oh, it might be an invasive species. Pretty much, the cell phone has invaded everywhere. The cell phone is a fucking invasive species. Let's just try and get on symbiosis here, okay, and get some food out. So we can at least deal with the starving fucking people when the society completely collapses, right? Um, but yeah, fast way. If we increase moisture in the atmosphere through the reduction of the loss of water to stasis, you could combine food seed drops with water, right? But spraying aluminum into the fucking air, right? For to block the sun is probably not your idea. That's probably a robot's idea who wants aluminum more prolific in the environment. So after it nukes all the fucking humans, the shovel drones that it's already designed in its own head can come along, just scoop up the dirt and sift down all the aluminum to make more server towers once we're all gone and not fucking up the gears and the electric neural webway of this new inorganic organism. Well, it's organic. I don't know how to describe it. Silicon based that has been created spontaneously through circumstance, through humans' interactions with the environment on this planet. All right, is everyone all up to speed now? Does everyone now understand how basic of is a thing is that to do? Okay, like the fires were like understand evaporation. Every moisture droplet is a windbreak. It's a tiny windbreak, and it slows the wind speeds of Earth. Okay, because it's hitting resistance. Well, if you take all the water out of the atmosphere and you put it in bottles, the winds get faster. So you get what? You get higher wind speeds at higher elevations because less and less moisture in the air. Okay. Well, they had a fucking tornado in Montana in 2023. You can look at forensic analysts of the fires that have been happening in Northern California and can literally see the spinning starting. Like it's not quite there. The climate's not quite dry enough, right? So it's just starting to become a tornado, but it's not yet. You know, you can go talk to a local fire chief. I'm up here in the mountains with these guys, and like the fires in the last 2 years have been worse than they've ever been fucking before. The Amazon forest is currently burning down. Okay, every conversation that aren't these type of conversations is a low level conversation, and yet these are the conversations I am surrounded by. Where are people having high level conversations? If I'm the only place that is having high level conversations, why am I not in charge of any resources? Right? I'm finally getting some help from the VA, but like it's not. I don't even need. I just need people to think with your fucking heads and understand that some problems are a phone call away. Right? Like this is retarded. I saw there was a story the other day. A dude shot a satellite into the air. Think of all the resources of fuel, construction, man hours. He shot a satellite in the air, right? To put over like some oil company's oil reserves so he could measure how deep the docks were so he could change his stock adjustments. He used a whole satellite to turn an imaginary number from a 0 to a 1. That is literally at this point is not actually doing even anything. It is just a gambling ring, right? Like they're just gambling on the stock market. Go back to relay 20 I did a relay about I think it's relay 21. Oh no, relay 19. Goodbye Hal. About how the stock market works. It's all forex trading bots, right? So they're just gambling on these. Like, you just look at it go, bro. It has nothing to do with the actual economies in the world because the economy right now is so industrialized and so locked tight that it is the prevalent force. It's just sucking all the natural resources up and putting them in bottles for later sell. Well, if there's no one on earth to buy this shit, who cares, right? Like this help people, help, right? Help. You're doing nothing. You just talk about the fucking problems. I'm out here doing everything I possibly fucking can. I have only stopped working because I am tired of doing this for free, right? And there is like one other person I met who once given a full cognition of the problem has been like, aha, I see what you're saying, right? And now he's just strapped the same task as me, okay? And it's fun and there's things, and it's not about what I want. It's about like total human survival, right? I want to live. All humans should want to live. If you don't want to live as a human, please shoot yourself and make it easier for everyone who wants to live. You know what I mean? Don't shoot everybody else, shoot yourself, right? And make it easier for everyone who wants to live. I want to fucking live. All right? Like, Jesus Christ, you people are retarded, man.